Hello, everyone, and welcome to the little milestone we've got this time. The first milestone in our podcasting career. This is our 10th episode of.
In response,
A legacy podcast.
I'm Philipp Klein,
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Peter Plank.
and we're talking about legacy.
Most of the time.
So we have our first 10 episodes in the
In the books.
books. So we gotta say we don't have a very special episode planned for you.
Not really, yeah. Just the usual.
So just the usual. And for today's episode, we have some topics for you.
Yeah. Which are?
So yeah, this time we have some private stuff to talk about. I was on vacation last week, so I'm gonna tell you about this. I'm gonna tell you about my last two Friday night magics with Black Death. Then Daniel, what will you tell us?
Just some small interesting aspects about my, I would say, sports career that I can tell you, and maybe one or two things about also FNM and decklists, what is going. What's up for you, Peter? What
Yeah.
you will tell.
I will mostly introduce you to a new mainstay topic in the world, which is COVID, because I'm currently experiencing it a little bit, not with an infection in my case, but in my area of personal connections. And yeah, a little bit about the streams I'm currently doing, but this will be also the next topic. What's about that, Phil?
And yeah, last week we recasted the Austrian Legacy League. I think it was day 5 or day 6.
Yeah, it was the
And-
fifth day.
Day 5, yeah.
Yeah, the 5th day, and we got the whole crew together and recasted it and streamed it on Twitch. And then we're gonna tell you a little bit about that. And for the next topic, we're gonna talk about the huge legacy events from last weekend, the Eternal Weekend,
Yay.
and the last thing is, yeah, COVID.
A little
and-
bit of our league.
Yeah,
The Austrian Legacy League.
and what are we gonna do now with paper play that it is stopped? So, at first, Daniel, tell us something. What's going on in your sports career at the moment? How's training? How does training work out?
It's getting better for me. For all listeners, I'm mostly interested in cardio sports, as opposed to my other two co-hosts, I would say.
Yeah.
I think we had this discussion before. But I'm definitely into running and also cycling. And my big goal for next year is to attend in a marathon, but not the full distance, just the half distance, which is
So it's a half marathon.
a
Yeah.
half marathon, yes, with 21 kilometers. I'm sorry for USA listeners. I don't know the exact distances in miles, I have to say.
I think it's 14 miles.
I'm not sure.
Something about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And for that, I'm attending, let's say, a course, a sports class specified for running. And what we did last Monday, for example, we had an interesting training where we, let's say, performed some technical aspects and trainings to increase your running technique. And I had to say that is something that regular runners might underestimate. And I'm hoping that I could, use some of that technique that I learned to improve my overall performance in speed or my endurance, basically. Because as you can imagine, 21 kilometers is not that easy to accomplish. I'm a little bit scared, I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, but my goal is actually to finish the 21 kilometers in 1 hour and 50 minutes, or let's say under that.
So you have also a time limit
Yes.
for yourself. Okay. Yeah.
That's my personal goal, and I'm trying to go for that. And what I know is that the marathon for next year is scheduled to be in October.
Yeah. In autumn. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I have a whole year going from now to train for that. So that's my biggest hope that I can accomplish that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually talked about to run it together. I haven't haven't begun the training yet, but I certainly will.
I mean, there's lots of time now, but
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta start slowly. I mean, it's sufficient if you start maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah, I've run a half marathon before,
Yeah.
just a one timer, and I wasn't really prepared for it.
Okay.
I was sore, I think, for about a week or 1.5
Sure.
week after it. It was so painful,
Yeah.
but I did it, and it was a great feeling. And I think you don't even need that much training to go the full to go the half marathon distance. But
Yeah.
that but with the personal goal you set yourself, that's a whole kind of story. So it's easy to go the distance,
I agree.
but to be in the right time limit,
It's more difficult if you
really
set
hard.
yourself
Yeah.
a time limit like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm. It's not about finishing at all. I mean, I basically could do that. I imagine I can do that anytime.
Yeah, it's not that
I mean,
hard.
if
You're just
time is not a
really,
matter.
really sore. And
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
so painful. I think my time was between something about 2.20, 2.30
Yeah. Okay.
for my half marathon. That's not really a great time, no, but
It's definitely fine.
well,
Yeah.
it was okay. I think, yeah. And
Yeah.
Peter, what about you?
Yeah, about the fitness topic, I can talk about this a little bit too, because as I said in the introduction, in the start, I'm currently experiencing how it is if you know someone that has COVID, and because of that, I'm now a little bit like more than a week. It's since I was last at the fitness studio and at the gym, and it really gets to me now. I really liked doing some amount of exercises a week, 2-3 times a week, and yeah, it really comes to my body now that I have to try to find something that can work for me to do some workout at home, because I'm not really the guy who wants to do stuff with his own weight. I've started now with doing in the machines at the gym to do some work there for breast muscles, for the back and stuff like that, to get a little bit more healthy in that regard. Besides only doing cardio training for the latest 2 months, and yeah, it really gets to me now. And yeah, as far as COVID, my brother is now infected with it, and because of the enforcement laws in Austria, he has to stay in Tyrol now for the next 2 months in a hotel where he was, because he's currently on a good way in getting a professional skier, and he stayed there with the USV, it's called in Austria, the Austrian Ski Association, and yeah, he now has to stay there for the next 2 months, next 2 weeks, and yeah, I'm currently.
Oh, it's just the weeks, because okay.
It's
I
just
figured-
weeks. Yeah.
Okay, 2 months would be a little bit long.
No, it's just the infection time that everything cools
But
down.
isn't it 10 days in Austria right now?
Yeah, but the quarantine for him is it should be 10 days because I think it's because he has to stay there until the 28th of October. Yeah, another
I mean,
8
it's
days.
still long enough to
Yeah.
to be kind of stuck in an hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I
That
mean,
can
he
definitely
gets his food
tiresome.
delivered. I mean, he gets his food
Yeah.
delivered into his room, but it's definitely not something you
It
want to
gets
experience.
boring very fast.
Yeah,
Not the best
there
kind of
isn't
situation.
that much on Netflix. Yeah, but yeah, it's currently a little bit weird. As you may hear it, we are doing this episode remote because I've had connection with my parents who were on the pre-day to his infection with my brother. I'm currently a little bit shut down from everyone else, and yeah, so I'm in my living room where we had the recast last week, and yeah, it's a little bit different, but with webcams I can see my two co-hosts, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, what about you, Philip? You wanted to talk about magic and
Yeah,
vacation.
yeah. As you probably know, our listeners will notice I was on vacation. I think the week before. Yeah, and I was in South Styria at a wine street. So we have a huge for Austrian measures, a huge wine district or wine region in Austria.
A winery.
A wine region.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I went there with my girlfriend, and we had a lovely time. We had such great weather. We were sitting at the pool in the sun, and we had about 20 to 21 degrees Celsius. And
Oh, really?
it was just really cool to experience such summer-like temperatures in October. And yeah, it was the first vacation for me this year, the first week off from work. So I really needed that to be myself
Decompress.
again and to de-stress a little bit. It was really cool. We had a nice time there, and yeah, that's about what happened for me in my leisure time. So now going back to our really big topic to Magic the Gathering. So yeah, I gotta say I tried something new. I mean for people
for
who
you, for your terms or for general terms. I mean, something new for you might not be something new for others.
yeah, for sure. but what I wanted to say is it was new for me, but the others always thought it was really a deck that just screams Philip.
Oh yeah.
So I was playing Tress Widden's list. I think his MTGO name is You, Me, and Iowa. He's the inventor of the deck. It's called Black Death. It's called after the main combo pieces. It's the Dark Depths combo, Tendrils of Agony, and the Helm of Obedience. And so you get the name. It's DETH. And it's just a mono black, all the combos put together. And I went in the first FNM 3-1, and in the second FNM 3-1, only losing to Maverick and to Devon, Texas.
Seems fair.
Yeah, these are really hard matchups, I think.
I think so. Those decks have a lot of tools to disrupt your combos.
Yeah, like with Devon, Texas from last Friday. when you just go turn 1 Caracas, turn 2 Wasteland into Thalia, and they just shut down
Basically everything.
basically every combo, or against Maverick, where they just got to turn 3 Green Sun Zenith into Collector Roof, and also shut almost every combo up down. These are really, really hard matchups, but it was a lot of fun to play. It was really cool. I think I killed 2 times with Tendrils, 3 to 4 times with the Helm combo, 1 time with Lettuce, 3 or 4 times with a huge 2020, and 1 time with Painter and Grindstone from the sideboard. So
Oh, nice. I didn't even know that you also played the Painter combo.
yeah, it's also Painter and also Echo of Eons.
Echo of Eons combined with
LED.
Basically everything.
just LED. And
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
LED, but
But it's not
basically
really a
everything.
combo then, just to refill your hand.
Yeah, it's a refill your
Okay.
hand.
But it's an option to go for.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you meant to say. Okay, yeah.
And it's a really cool deck. Everyone who wants to try something off the wall, I can recommend it. If you want to follow the constructor of the deck, it's at Tresswidden with double D on Twitter, and you and me in Iowa on MTGO, and I think also on Twitch. I'm not sure actually now, but you can find him definitely on Twitter. And for you, Daniel, how was your FNMs?
I played. Usually, I played Tess in the last few weeks, but I'm originally more an Ent type of player. It was my original kind of Storm deck back in the day, and I was a little bit disappointed that Ent kind of, I don't know, it lost some of its power in the recent month. I don't know why actually. Maybe because of
Whale of Summer?
maybe because of Wheel of Summer, because Ant is not really a good deck to play around that. But in the last few weeks, it seems that Ant has maybe been improved in power level a little bit more.
Yeah, so it's gotten steam again.
Yeah. I personally like a version that runs Whale of Summer themselves in the main deck. For example, I play 3 copies of it in the main deck currently. Typically, some or most ant lists that you find online don't really play Whale of Summer main deck. It's just mostly a one-off or some extra copies in the sideboard. I personally don't think that's all that good, because I just think that Wheel of Summer is a very strong key piece in the Storm deck to protect your combo altogether. And also, I just want to, since I'm remembering it, back in the days when Jackpile was one of the best decks, a Storm had Gidexim Probe, of course, which is a very strong card, but one of the biggest hoses for Storm was, for example, Hymn to Turak.
Yeah.
And if I had access to Whale of Summer, this would be a very different story. I think this matchup would then be, I don't know, even maybe favorable for Storm. But due to Hymn to Turak and back in the days, of course, you also had Deathrat Shaman. The deck was, or the matchup was, a little bit behind for Storm.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather play against Hymn to Turak or against Veil of Summer?
I think actually rather against Veil of Summer, I have to say.
Okay, do you find it easier?
Yeah, because, it depends. Veil of Summer means that I need to... Veil of Summer can easily said be just countered by one card if you just cast a discard spell of your own. Then you can take the Veil of Summer, or your opponent casts it, and then I know I have to pass and go off the next turn, which is, value for your opponent, of course, but it's not interrupting my my rituals and my setup or the sculpting of my hand, let's say. Just the way like Hymn to Torek is able to do. So in that sense, I'm more, let's say, it is more predictable if you know you're playing against Wheel of Summer than you're against Hymn to Torek.
Okay.
In my opinion, it just feels better. I know Wheel of Summer can sometimes just hose you really bad, especially in Ant because you don't have access to Grape Shot. But what I found also in TES is that even Grape Shot is so hard to pull off sometimes. I mean, even for TES, especially if you don't have access to Past in Flames loops, generating 20 Storm in the most extreme cases is so hard to do that I think just having access or the argument of TES that it is able to play around Veil of Summer is a little bit, I don't know, maybe far-fetched even.
Okay.
I mean, it is able to, but it is not able to do it easily, in my opinion. So in that sense, I'm happy to be on Ant back again right now. And especially with the new addition of Kahira as a companion.
Yeah, I really like this tech. It's from Cliffy from.
The Storm Pros did try it before, but they never tried it in combination with Force of Vigor.
The tech is just so cool. I love it.
Force of Vigor is actually the card that Storm really needed at this point, because it is able to. One of the most problematic cards for Storm right now are cards like Deafening Silence, or if you're planning for Past in Flames loop, of course, Leylands or Chalice, of course, yeah, exactly. Thank you. And Force of Vigor is just the perfect answer for this meta right now, for the hate pieces, and in that sense, it is just a perfect addition to the deck. And and there's also a reason why I like Wheel of Summer main deck, because their Force of Vigors are just more easily online, even without the companion. But of course, with the companion, you just always have your Force of Vigor.
Yeah, you basically play the Kahira, the companion, just as Force of Vigor pitch fodder.
And sometimes you can just play it as a threat.
Okay,
that happens a lot of the times also, even or especially after sideboarding.
Okay.
Most of the decks, or basically every deck, should board out all their removal spells against you, at least all their spot removals. And Kahira can then act as, I don't know, even it could just win you the game if your opponent can't remove it, or if it gets in for, let's say, one or two hits, it means it is 3 storm counters less that you have to storm or generate, which is also quite valuable.
Yeah, and
I totally get that,
the question is, you don't show Career as a companion in game 1, am I right?
No, you do.
You have to.
No, you don't have
to.
Okay.
You don't have to, and this is actually an interesting aspect. It might even be correct that you don't,
Yeah, because if it's common knowledge that only Storm plays Kahira, you don't want to show prior the keep that you're on Storm.
That's actually a good point, yeah. I mean, there's a small edge that you're losing here, because even in game 1, you could technically get your Kahira casted as a threat, and against some decks that might be a good option to have.
Yeah.
Even game 1. But I can see your point, and especially with mulligan decisions for storming game 1, this is a valuable information that you need to cover,
Yeah. Because against the fair matchup, at not only a Delver, but a Snowco player, if you have a hand like Force of Will, Oko, Ponder, Force of Negation land or something like that, which could be debatable to keep because it does nothing against the fair deck, would be an okay keep against Storm if you know that they're on Storm, because it has no access to any remove spell or so you would lose the fair game.
That's true.
So I mean, this is an extreme case with multiple forces, but yeah, I think there are both points in revealing and declining the reveal for it.
But after thinking about it, I kind of like the not revealing plan.
Yeah, me too. I also think it's really good for game 1. And then catch them off guard for game 2 and have
Seems
the
good,
ability
actually.
to ride an easy win to victory.
I like it.
And
Yeah,
what
that's
I
cool.
like is now that at least Cyrus posted on Twitter a new deck list for Ant. So there are now maybe some old faces, deck defining faces back in the game, which would be really, really good for Legacy and Ant in general.
Of course, yeah.
And one point I wanted to ask you is about the new Ant lists, ad nauseam lists, the Esper lists. Have you seen them?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I saw them because Philip showed me one
Yeah,
one
it's
version.
just so cool.
I really like it. I think it's a really cool deck, but I haven't got the chance to try it out. But I definitely will.
Okay.
I think
But I can't say much about it.
Czechs got a 5-0 with it in a league, and it basically plays like the modern version. It just it doesn't kill with Lightning Storm and the Similar Spirit Guides, but it kills with Sickening Dreams. For anyone who doesn't know Sickening Dreams, it's for 1 and a black sorcery, and as an additional cost to cast this spell, you have to discard X cards. And it's each player loses X life. So basically, all you have to do is cast Angel's Grace and then Ad Nauseam for your deck. Make 2 mana, cast Sickening Dreams, discard 30 cards, and win on the spot.
Okay.
The cool thing with this kind of combo is here that it doesn't target. So it gets around the Whale of Summer, and it gets around it in the main deck, which is really cool, and you don't need a lot of Storm.
Yeah.
What I think, because I tried it a little bit on Magic Online, that it's sometimes really, really hard to get the mana.
For Ad nauseam.
Yeah, for both pieces of the combo. But it's really cool. It's really funny. The wishboard is great. I love wishboards.
You play Cunning Wish, if I remember, yeah.
Yeah, 4 Cunning Wishes. And yeah, I hope to see it soon from you. Yeah. Yeah. For our next topic, we're going to talk about our recasting from the ALL event. Just for clarification, we up until now we had a Paper Legacy event each Friday, which got streamed on Twitch, at the channel Austrian_Legacy. Unfortunately, without commentary because everyone is playing always, so the
It's a
stream
little
is
bit hard to accomplish.
yeah. And so the stream is always silent. We've got ambient noise, but we're working on getting music. And so Peter is always recasting it each Monday on his Twitch at Unicorn Lord MTG, but the O in the Lord is in 0.
Correct.
And I practiced. And and for this special time, we've got the whole crew together. We recasted the event, and it was a hell of a fun. It was great. I think we certainly will do that again. if we can in the near future. And
Hopefully.
how did you like it, Daniel?
Oh, yeah, I really liked it. I have to say it is quite challenging if you have to think about, or let's say to be as relaxed as you should be to keep your head clear for concentrating on the match while also figuring out how you want to tell the people what is going on in your mind, because I know what I think when I see a board state and what to do, but it is oftentimes a little bit difficult to explain.
Yeah.
But in that regard it was quite challenging for me. But the longer the stream went, and I think we had about 3 hours to stream at
I
the
think
Yeah, a little
it was
bit more than
3:40.
3 hours.
in the last hour or so, it was basically I got comfortable with
Yeah,
it.
we
and
got in the flow, and
Yeah.
it was really cool.
so
Yeah.
this was a really nice experience, and I'm
Yeah.
happy
And
to be part of
And
it
each
again.
glass of wine helped, I think.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I had to drive, so for me
sure.
it wasn't so much, but
Yeah.
I really liked it. I was a little bit nervous at first.
Me too. Yeah.
What what doesn't really happen often to me. Yeah, I'm not really a nervous person at first, but this was a whole new story, a whole new thing for me. So even I got nervous there, and
Yeah.
I think you can also see it on the stream or on the bot we've posted on YouTube for everyone. We have now also a YouTube channel where we post or we upload the videos, the commentated videos from Peter and from us. And you can always rewatch them, and we've got timestamps, we've got it covered. So just go ahead and look us up on YouTube. It's Austrian Legacy League. We have a whopping 12 subscribers at the moment. So bring that number up. Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers.
We want to see at
Those
least
are rookie
13.
numbers. Yeah, 13 would be great.
But the
And
most
yeah.
important number would be 69
Oh yeah,
420.
or 666.
or 1337 would be great too.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. For sure. Yeah, that would be lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the things we gotta say about the recast. What happens in the matches?
Just watch the what I would
Yeah,
say.
just watch the what. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We are always open for feedback, and you can always leave them in the YouTube comments, or just tweet them directly to us. You can always slide into DMs. On Twitter, it's @response_legacy. Yeah, for our next topic, we had probably the biggest and best Magic Online event in this whole year. I'm not even sure if it was the biggest in the whole history of Magic Online. It was the 3-day Eternal Weekend with 3 consecutive
Tournaments.
yeah. One on Friday, one on Saturday, and one on Sunday. The Friday one was called Eternal Weekend Caracas because the winner got a painting of a giant Caracas.
Okay.
And the second one was the Eternal Weekend Richard Port. So the winner got the painting of Richard Port, and the third one from Sunday was the Eternal Weekend Maze of Ith. And like I said, the winner got a painting from Maze of Ith. The paintings are very valuable. I think they go for about $10,000 to $15,000 on the
Yeah.
secondary market.
Really?
So
Okay.
winning the Eternal Weekend is really great success, and also a financial success. But I think if I would ever win something like that, which will probably never happen, um, I won't ever sell this. It's the
Yeah, sure. That's just it's your trophy.
yeah,
Basically,
it's a trophy.
you wouldn't sell your trophy.
Never,
yeah.
never.
I mean, if you have to buy something, then maybe, but it's just more valuable to you because it's something that you have accomplished. That this,
Yeah,
the personal value outweighs the financial value, I think.
yeah, by far, by far. I also got my 2 trophies from the national championship, and the trophies are more valuable to me than the cards I've got with it. Yeah, the title is just so much more valuable.
Yeah.
At least for me, it's like that. Yeah, going over the deck lists from the Eternal Begin Caracas. That's from Friday.
This should be the first event here, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first event. We've got just the top 8. We go over the top 8s here. In 8th place, we've got Bomb Track on Devon, Texas. On 7th place, we've got Blade 400 on Eldrazi Stumpy. 6th place is Matthew B. Free on Snowco. And also on 5th place, Snowco from JPA 93. On 4th place, we've got another Devon, Texas from Christiani Bar. On 3rd place, we've got a Bug Hogeglis from Hey Cutie. On 2nd place, we've got Ragdelva from Gui Ducat from Daniel Gatchel. And on 1st place, we've got a Snowco list, a no red list, from Patrick Green. His moto handle is Green PM33. And
Yeah, actually no red, even no blasts in the sideboard.
yeah,
I
it's
was
a
just
no red
checking
list,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there were a lot of Okos.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot
how
of
many Okos do we
Brainstorm.
have?
And a lot of
29
Devon, Texas.
copies. 29 copies.
Two Devon, Texas lists.
2 Devon Texas lists, yeah. Yeah, the most played cards it displayed here is we have 29 copies of Oko. Is this for the top 16, right?
It's for
Yeah.
the top 16, yeah.
So we have Okos in 62% of all decks.
In the top 16,
Of the top
we-
16, yeah.
We are now looking on Goldfish, so we only got the top 16 deck list published. I think Wizards only publishes the top 16 for this
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike challenges where it's always top 32, I don't get it actually because the events are so huge. I mean, we had about 1,700 players across the 3 tournaments. The first one we're talking about now had 581 players. The second one we'll talk about later had got 447 or 74. I'm not sure now. I've got the numbers mixed up. And the last one from Sunday got capped at 672. And I think they were the biggest Magic Online events ever. I'm not sure, but I think it's so. I mean,
So,
Legacy Challenge is
just
always
for comparison, how many people are usually attending in a challenge?
about 150.
I think
Okay.
60 to 100, something like
Yeah,
that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
something like that. Yeah.
that's a total different level than yeah.
Maybe 120 or something like that. But
Makes me really wonder why we only see
Yeah.
top 16.
Yeah.
one thing that was really good for these events were the God accounts that were provided from WotC in this case, which guarantees which you get every copy you need for the tournament except the Walking Dead Secret Lair. And I think some Jumpstart cards, not Jumpstart, it was another different set. There was not the Fiend Artisan, the 3-drop that is played commonly in show and tell was also not provided for the god accounts.
Oh, I remember.
Is it Spellseeker or
I think it was the same
Artisan?
set. Yeah, it's the commander set, the commander draft set, where the
Okay.
Yeah.
dual
Battle
lands
Bond.
were provided. Battle Bond, yeah. Because as I've remembered it, Battle Bond's cards weren't included into it too, which is, I think, a lot of show and tell players have now cutted it from the deck, the 3-drop. But yeah, it's a little bit, yeah. I'm not sure why we don't have every card in these accounts if you provide god accounts, but we can be happy that they did at least a similar thing or nearly god accounts, which is really, really cool. And yeah,
Yeah, I'm wondering if Magic Online will implement something like a subscription-based model now with the rental services becoming even more popular. I think just a subscription-based Magic Online would lure in a lot of players. I mean, this event is a really you can see that card availability in Legacy is the real reason why in paper Legacy is quote unquote dying, yeah. And
Yeah.
when card availability isn't a problem, the format thrives and flourishes, and that's what people want. That's what people want to play, and simply don't get it. Yeah,
yeah, it's
I mean I get it why they want to play it, because I myself also want to play it, but I don't get why Magic Online doesn't have a subscription based model.
Yeah, it's a little bit outdated. Yeah. For
yeah. I think the problem is that the enforcement for limited or something like that, how you get the cards, how you pay for the cards, it's you have to change the entire model, how you provide everything. And yeah, there is a lot of money in these accounts. And yeah, if a player was playing now for a lot of time and they don't have the subscription services, there could be thousands of dollars in these accounts. And if they announce it from now that, yeah, we're moving to subscription based, that means these accounts are basically worthless because the cards do not matter now if they
yeah, it
have
should
it.
be a. Yeah, there must be a kind of hybrid system where
Yeah, and
you
even a hybrid
still have
system
some value.
will decrease the value of all existing copies of cards on the server. Yeah.
Sure, but yeah, in a hypothetical case where you would change the system to a subscription-based one, there is no way that you can prevent that. I think.
Yeah, as it's as it's a case of law, I think every copy of a card you get access to, but is still owned by Wizards of the Coast. So you don't have any property on these accounts. You just get access to, so they can take take everything away, and you can't do anything about it.
Okay.
As far as I know it legally. So
Okay.
if they want to implement it, there should be no law hurdles for Wizards of the Coast.
Okay.
Going back to
Eternal Weekend.
the Eternal Weekend now.
Port, right? Region Port.
Yeah,
Second
Eternal
one.
Weekend regional report from Saturday. The top 8 were Ruck Delver from Vicky, Snowco on 7th place from McWinsauce. I like this name.
Yes.
And 6th place we've got Buck Hogak from Satterline. 5th place was
It should be
Snowco or
yeah,
Miracles
Snow Cold
Yeah.
version.
It was,
from Anurag Das. Yeah, Snowco. And on fourth place, we've got Monored Prison from Basuta. Third place, we've got Ragdelver from Louis MG. Second place was Pokepile from Baku 91. It's on Goldfish and the Snowco, but I know it plays Stifle, so it's
It's
the
Pokepile, yeah.
Pokepile list from Jeff White. I'm not sure. Is it James or Jeff? No, I've got to look it up. It's
have to
the real
admit,
Pokemon
I'm not sure.
from on Twitter.
Can maybe.
I don't think you find it like that.
Yeah.
Jay White.
It's
yeah.
Jay White.
Yeah, Jay White. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And on first place, we've got Devon, Texas
Mm-hmm.
from Toondoslav. I think I butchered the name here.
What does this mean? Is Death Texas broken now?
I think we have to
it's
ban
for
Thalia.
sure not broken.
Yeah, we have to ban
No.
Thalia and also Ethelwire as well. Or maybe just Port because the event is called Richard Port, right?
Yeah. It's
It's too
quite
strong.
cool that it was this event that
Yeah.
that Death
That
Texas won.
Texas spiked, yeah.
I mean, of course, Death Texas got a little bit of an increase in power level because of Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah.
But this is definitely not a case to be made here that Death Texas is too strong. Maybe it fell a little bit off the radar for a lot of people, and it did have a strong showing in the whole tournament, I think. I'm not even sure if that's the case for this specifically, but also I think for the other ones. Death Texas performed at least okay
Yeah.
compared to typical tournaments.
Yeah, I like it. I like it when Devon, Texas is
A good
a
deck or a fine
force
deck,
in the meta and is
which hasn't been the case in the last few months.
last
months.
few years.
No.
Yeah,
In
there
the
have been some
2000
ups and downs.
Yeah, the
When?
25-year special Pro Tour was won by Devon, Texas.
Yeah, it can sneak in a win here and there
So
sometimes.
Yeah, but it wasn't good in the Jackpile era. It wasn't good
Yeah,
in
of course
Brennan
not.
6 era. And
I mean, Devon Texas is never a tier 1 deck.
nah, for sure not. No.
It's maximum, I don't know, tier 2 to 3, I'm not sure.
It's like Dredge. When Devon,
Yeah.
Texas isn't good, then it's good.
Yeah.
yeah,
It has a Dredge problem. Yeah,
But
it's just so easily hated out. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Skyclave Apparition has really turned the tides for this deck. I also, in this particular list, I really like the 24 lands. And I think it's 16 white sources he got. So every
Yeah.
Devon Texas player knows that this deck is really, really starved for white sources. And it's, as a monocolored deck, it always plays not enough.
Yeah, on the lower edge. And sometimes people are cutting, I think, down to 23 lands sometimes, which I think is completely
at first,
greedy.
at first the consensus was 23 lands.
Yeah, and I think that's just, with 4 wastes and 4 ports, that's just way too greedy concerning. If you want to be able to cast Flicker Wisp, and now in the case of Skyclave Apparition or Concel's Judgment from the sideboard, you just want to hardcast those cards as well, and
Yeah, and you need double white for this, yeah.
yeah, and it's just impossible to support.
And I really like the 11 planes.
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
That's so cool.
And
Because
one
a lot
thing.
of people, yeah.
Okay. One thing I really like about the list is the 2 Spirit of Labyrinth in the main deck. I have to admit that. It's just
Oh yeah,
a so good card in the meta with Uro running around. It turns down the power level of him so much. And Icewind Quattle. I mean, Icewind Quattle is mostly cast on the opponent's turn, but it decreases a lot of the power level of Ponder and each other cantrip. The
Brainstorm,
blue soup,
Of course, also.
Brainstorm is is just
Yeah,
bad.
I was about to say that it feels so great to vial it in response to brainstorm.
Yeah.
That's just real good magic there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far for this event. On the Eternal Weekend Maze of If, we've got in 8th place Esper Vile from Hey Nongman. On 7th place, we've got Anurag Das on Snowco
Again, yeah.
or Miracles.
No,
Does he
yeah,
play?
I think it looks more like a
it's even
Snowcore
it's
version.
Shark Typhoon, so
Yeah, it's a version
Is
of
he playing
Snowcore.
5-color
it's a
shark
version of
food?
Snowco. Yeah, a 5-color Shark Typhoon.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Snowco. I would say it's a Snowco
It's more-
variant.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
of Winters.
I'm not a fan of any from these Shark Typhoon lists. It's just not my
I mean,
playstyle.
where do you draw the line, really? I mean, in this point, it's all
They're definitely
kind of the
strong.
same decks, and some choices, some card choices are different than others, and yeah,
I think that they are all just reflavored Snowco lists.
yeah, I
With
think
a
so too.
different win con, with a miracle spell here, a Shark
Yeah.
Typhoon there,
Yeah.
another Euro here, or this color, that color. But it's definitely the same deck, just reflavored.
Yeah,
Like vanilla Coke, cherry Coke, normal Coke,
Yeah.
Coke Zero,
it's all
Coke Light.
It's all just Coke.
Yeah. On 6th place, we've got Mono-Green Cloudburst from Sea Cream. On 5th place, we've got Ragdelve again from Twisted Wombat. 4th place, another Death in Texas from SO63.
63.
On 3rd place, again, Buck Hogak from Westvale Preacher. What's remarkable is I think we've got 2 3rd place or even 3 3rd place Hogaks. Can we check this
Third place,
from the other?
we have.
Okay, no.
There is one in sixth
In
place,
6th place
from
and first it was also 3rd place.
third place. But so we have Hogaks in each top 8s.
Yeah, in 3rd place, 6th place, and 3rd place.
Yeah, and yeah.
And from Westvale Preacher, on 2nd place, we've got Oops All Spells by Shervinator. It's Oops.
Yeah.
It's remarkable that he went that far. I think he went 12-0 and losing only in the finals.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy, yeah. But
it-
yeah, it can
it's
happen, of
crazy.
course.
I'm not sure. Did he dodge every Force of Will matchup?
Might be. I mean, you can win through a Force of Will. You
Or,
have
or every
Rectification.
Leyland matchup? I'm not sure now.
There are ways to combat that.
Yeah,
You have tools like Force of Will on the sideboard.
yeah.
You have
But-
your Pact of Negations. I mean, you can win through that, but of course, it's just not very
Likely.
likely.
It's
yeah.
funny that such a glass cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
12-0. I haven't thought it would be possible. Every time I play a glass cannon deck at FNL, I ran into every hate I can imagine.
Yeah. But
I
the
just
one
can't
thing
win
that
through it.
is really cool from his
a little
list
bit
is
of trivia
the
here.
2 ground seal in the sideboard.
The 2 ground seals in the sideboard should have been 2 additional Chancellor of the Annex,
Yeah.
but he tried something out and the
Yeah.
ground seal don't really work.
Yeah, it just shuts off his side of the combo.
And on
Yeah.
first place,
What is in first place?
we've got Elves from Edusera.
Yeah, which is quite nice actually. We never really saw elves to be of high performance in the last few events, I think, if I remember.
Yeah, Elves was certainly not here. And then it wins. I think it wasn't even in the top 16 from the other Eternal Weekend
Yeah.
lists. I mean, we got to check this. Nope.
No elves.
And then the only Elves list we can find is a winning list from the Eternal Weekend Maze of If. Um, yeah, it plays the full playset of LSR Shepherd.
Of course, yeah.
The card is just bonkers. It's really extreme. What can this card do? And yeah, that was our Eternal weekend. We had another big tournament on Sunday. It was the Legacy Challenge.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
And just a quick look. Here the top 8 were, I think, a 5-color Snow Coalesce from Odorous Urungus. On 7th place, we've got Snowco from Kauf J. 6th place, we've got also Rock Delver from Alphaeus. 5th place, we've got Izzet Delver, a very rare choice nowadays, from Bruron. On 4th place, we've got LED Dredge from Orim 67, which plays Oko in the sideboard. On 3rd place, we've got Entombstay from Elfkit. So it's basically a Doomsday list with Entomb.
Okay, yeah.
And Crystalbrand and Emrakul, so it has a little bit of a... it's basically Tin Fins, but with a Doomsday sideboard plan, which is kind of cool. On 2nd place, we've got lands from Bouncing Yeti. And on 1st place, we've got a Snow Coalesce or Snow Miracles from We Fold for Food. So with four big events this weekend, I think we get a lot of data for the band talk about Oko. We will see what the community reactions will be.
Yeah. Of course.
And it will be interesting because Oko always fluctuates really hard. So, here we had, I think, 69 or 62%, and as the highest amount, and 38% as the lowest amount, which is still fairly high, but it's tolerable
Compared to the other tournaments.
compared to the
definitely,
other,
yes.
yeah. And the difference in is also in the Brainstorm and Force of Will decks when it's when the Oko numbers are low, then also the Brainstorm and Force of Will numbers are lower because they're always played in conjunction.
Of course, yeah.
Most of the time are played in conjunction. For sure, there are unfair decks also which play Brainstorm and Ponder, but they mostly don't play Force of Will. Yeah, that was for the 4
Do you have?
big tournaments.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how this will develop for the next few weeks. If we see a ban in the future or not, I'm not sure if that is sufficient enough to decide on that. But of course, it looks like that. Of course, Oko is quite representative in the format, I would say.
Although I would very welcome Oko ban, I was very impressed that there wasn't so many Ragdelver, so many Snowco in the events that are previously fought. So yeah, I'm still for a ban from Oko, but more
Yeah.
for gameplay reasons than for brokenness or power level.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's I'm biased. I don't like the play patterns. Yeah, what we have to say as the last topic here for tonight. Wizards has made a statement today, and the Wizards will suspend all the official tournament official in-store tournament play. So there won't be any sanctioned tournaments in Europe for the next time to come. For sure, because of COVID-19. And therefore, we have to pause the Austrian Legacy League.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, for the second time this year, we will come back in probably next year and just start with.
We try to make the best out of it, right?
Yeah, we try to make the best of it. And
Peter, what do you have to say?
Yeah. I think what Philip tries to say is that even though we aren't allowed to make any in-store play or continue with the league play, we have to try to do something together in our group, in our community, to provide something for each other.
We have to maybe we can make something happen online. Maybe we can organize some tournaments via Discord, for example. Might be a good idea. But we have to see in which way this would be feasible. I mean, there is a possibility that we can organize webcam tournaments so that we have it paper-based. Magic Online is a little bit different story because not all of us have access to all the cards. As we discussed before, it's not really feasible.
Yeah. I mean, we've started after the first lockdown to play via X-Mage some FNMs, and this would be something we could do, because then we could do, more brewing or something like that, because not everyone is able to buy brew cards or something like that, because we are not in a lockdown, but we are locked down. So we have
make
to
the best out of it,
do the best out of it, I would say.
Do we have anything other to add to this?
I think for tonight this is a wrap up. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
Okay.
So
when are we recording next time? I think it's in 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. This episode will air on Friday.
Yeah.
The 23rd of October.
Yeah.
And I think we will
23rd,
we will cast the next episode on the 10th of November. So we'll see what will happen in the legacy until there. And I think it's time for you people to follow us on Twitter on @response_legacy. You can find me on Twitter @PhinekMTG. It's PHINEKMTG. And Peter, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter @UnicornLord, but the O in the Lord is a 0. You can find me regularly on Twitch, mostly Mondays, but maybe I will tune in on another day in the week on Unicorn Lord MTG, but the O in the Lord is another 0. And where can we find you, Daniel?
You can find me on Twitter, which is @FlyingDelver, and also my website, which is greatness@addingcost.com, of course. Philip, did you say where you can find you? Or
Yeah, I already told the listeners. But you also can find us on YouTube at Austrian Legacy League, and also on Twitch, Austrian_Legacy. And I think it's enough for today. And we wrap it up here. See you next time.